Hello students, today we will discuss about William Blake's views. I am Rajni Meena, Assistant Professor, Government College Rawatwata. His views about politics. Blake was not an active in any well-established political party. His poetry consistently embodies an attitude of the rebellion against the abuse of class power as documented in David Erdman's large study, The Black Prophet Against Empire, a poet's interpretation of the history of his own times. Black was concerned about senseless violence and the blighting effect of the Industrial Revolution. Much of his poetry recounts in symbolic allegory the effect of the French and American revolutions. Erdmann claims Black was disillusioned with them, believing they had simply replaced monarchy with irresponsible mercantilism, and notes Black was deeply opposed to slavery and believes some of his poems read primarily as championing free love have had their anti-slavery implications shortchanged. A more recent study, William Black, Visionary Anarchist by Peter Marshall, 1988, classified Black and his contemporaries, William Godwin, as forerunners of modern anarchism. British Marxist historian E.P. Thompson's last finished work, Witness Against the West, William Black and the Moral Law, 1993, claims to show how far he was inspired by dissident religious ideas rooted in the thinking of the most radical opponents of monarchy during the English Civil War. Development of his views. Because Black's later poetry contains a private mythology with complex symbolism, his late work have been less published than his earlier, more accessible work. The vintage anthology of Black edited by Patti Smith focuses heavily on the earlier work, as do many critical studies such as William Black by D.G. Gilham. The earlier work is primarily rebellious in character and can be seen as a protest against dogmatic religion, especially notable in Marriage of Heaven and Hell, in which the figure represented by the devil is virtually a hero rebelling against an imposed authoritarian deity. In later works such as Milton and Jerusalem, Black carves a distinctive vision of a humanity redeemed by self-sacrifice and forgiveness, while retaining his earlier negative attitude towards what he felt was the rigid and morbid authoritarianism of traditional religion. Not all readers of Black agree up how much continuity exists between Black's earlier and later works. Psychoanalyst June Singer has written that Black's late work displayed a development of the ideas first introduced in his earlier works, namely the humanitarian goal of achieving personal wholeness of body and spirit. The final section of the expanded edition of her Black study, The Unholy Bible, suggests the later works are the Bible of hell promised in the Marriage of Heaven and Hell. John Middleton Murray note discontinuity between marriage and late works in that while the early Black focused on a sheer negative opposition between energy and reason, in later Black emphasized on the notions of self-sacrifice and forgiveness as the road to interior wholeness. This renunciation of the sharper dualism of Marriage of Heaven and Hell is evidenced impartially by the humanization of the character of Eurigen in later works. Murray uh, characterizes the latter Black as having found mutual understanding and mutual forgiveness. Religious views. Black's ancient days, the ancient days is described in chapter 7 of the book of Daniel. Although Black's attack on conventional religion was shocking in his own day, his rejection of religiosity was not a rejection of religion. His view of orthodoxy is evident in the marriage of heaven and hell. Therein, Black listed several proverbs of hell, among which are the following: prisons are built with stones of law, brothels, and the bricks of religion. Second, as the caterpillar chooses the fairest leaf to lay her egg on, so the priest lay her curse on the fairest joys. In the everlasting gospel, Black does not present Jesus a philosopher or traditional messianic figure, but as a supremely creative being above dogma, logic, and even morality. For Black, Jesus symbolizes the vital relationship and unity between divinity and humanity. Black designed his own mythology, which appeared largely in his prophetic books. Within these, he described a number of characters, including Urizen, Anitha, Morin, Bromian, and Luwa. His mythology seems to have a basis in the Bible as well as Greek and Norse mythology, and it accompanies his ideas about the everlasting gospel. His words concerning religion in the marriage of heaven and hell, all Bibles and sacred codes have been the cause of following errors: that men have two real existing principles, which a body and a soul; that energy called evil is alone from the body, and that the region called good is alone from the soul; that God will torment man in eternity for following his energies, but the following contraries to these are true: man has no body distinct from his soul, for that called body is a portion of soul disarmed by the five senses, and the chief inlets of soul in this is energy is the only life and is for from the body, and reason is the bound or outward circumference of energy. Energy is eternal delight. Enlightenment and of philosophy. Black had a complex relationship with the Enlightenment philosophy. His championing of the imagination as the most important element of human existence ran contrary to Enlightenment ideals of rationalism and empiricism. Due to his visionary religious beliefs, he opposed the Newtonian view of the universe. This mindset is reflected in an excerpt from Black's Jerusalem. Black's Newton 1795 demonstrates his opposition to the single vision of scientific materialism. Newton fixes his eye on a compass to write upon a scroll that seems to project from his own head. Black believed in the paintings of Sir Joshua Reynolds, who depict the naturalistic fall of light upon object and were products entirely of the vegetative eye, and he saw Locke and Newton as the true progenitor of Sir Joshua Reynolds' aesthetic. The popular taste in the England of that time for such paintings was satisfied with Mazotin's points produced by a process that created an image from thousands of tiny dots upon the page. Bloch saw an analogy between this and Newton's particle theory of light. Accordingly, Black never used the teaching option, opting rather to develop a method of engraving purely in fluid line, insisting that sexuality, 19th century free love movement. Black is sometimes considered, along with Mary Wollstonecraft and her husband William Godwin, a forerunner of the 19th century free love movement, a broad, uh, broad reform tradition starting in the 1820s that held that marriage is slavery and advocated the removal of all state restrictions on sexual activity such as homosexuality, prostitution, and adultery, culminating in the birth control movement of the early 20th century. Black was critical of marriage law of his day and generally railed against traditional Christian notions of chastity as a virtue at the time of tremendous restraint in his marriage, in part due to Catherine's apparent inability to bear children. He directly advocated bringing a second wife into the house. In the 19th century, poet and free love advocate Algernon Charles Swinburne wrote a book on Black's drawing attention to the above motives, in which Black praises sacred natural love that is not bound by another possessive jealousy, and the latter characterized by Black as a creeping skeleton. Thank you so much. Like, share, and subscribe this channel.